First graders, I'm going to read to you a story about sea otters today from our Nat Geo books. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that I have a little sea otter here with me today. And he might sit up here on the couch with Killian, and hopefully Killian won't eat him. Let's see if I put that down. Oh, he fell. There you go. Killy, you watch that. No. No bite. No. Leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Leave it. It's not a toy for you. Killian thinks that all stuffed animals belong to him. So maybe I should put it on the other side of me. And then maybe he won't steal it. There. All right, sea otter, you want to hear the story about you? This is all about sea otters, and it's by Laura Marsh. I think she wrote the other books about animals too. There's going to be some jokes in this book. Let's look at the table of contents. Oh, look at that cute sea otter. And lots of cool photographs. Ooh, the table of contents tells us what's on the menu in the book. What are we going to see? It's a sea otter. What is a sea otter? Life in the sea. Built for hunting. I learned something new about sea otters when I looked at that part. Snack time is probably going to be what they like to eat. Scrub a dub. Did you know they like to stay really clean? Fuzzy fur. 6 cool facts about sea otters. Oh, playful pups. Taking it easy. I wonder where sea otters sleep. Watching out for otters. And then, of course, in the back, the what in the world quiz I will give you. And then, of course, there's a glossary in the back. See a heading. Touch your head. It's a sea otter. What dives and plays all day? Plays in the water all day? What floats on its back when it eats a snack? This part rhymes. What has a flat tail but is not a whale? A sea otter. Look how cute. Heading again. What is a sea otter? Sea otters are mammals. They live in the cold Pacific Ocean. Here's the word mammal is an animal that feeds its baby milk. It has a backbone and is warm-blooded. Usually has fur or hair. And here they show you on the globe where the Pacific Ocean is. It's off of California. Otters are fun to watch. They like to play with each other. They dive and splash. And the caption is going to tell me more about the picture. Sometimes sea otters live in zoos or aquariums. They might have been hurt or sick in the wild. Otters get help there. And if you see here, lots of people are watching. And there's also river otters, which I've seen a lot at zoos near us, but not so much sea otters. Another heading, life in the sea. Sea otters live close to shore. They find small animals to eat there. Sea otters dive in the ocean. You can see them diving to the ocean floor. They swim through kelp forests. They need lots of food and clean water to live. And you can see here the label tells you that's kelp. Can you see it? And kelp is a kind of large seaweed that has a long stalk. It can grow into underwater forests. Are you ready? Here comes a joke. Let me read it to you. What does an otter say in an emergency when they need help? What do they say? Think about it. You ready? Kelp! Kelp! Instead of help, help, kelp, kelp, because they like to eat kelp. Ah, that's a good one. Built for hunting. Another heading, a sea otter's body is perfect for hunting in the water. And it tells you, the labels tell you all about the different parts and what they do. Tail, it helps steer the otter through the water. The back legs, they are webbed like flippers, so they have like duck feet. They help the otter swim and dive. Fur, thick fur keeps the otter warm. Body, a long body helps the otter glide through the water. Front paws, they feel and grab for food. Mouth, sharp teeth tear off bits of food. Nostrils, they close underwater to keep the water out. Eyes, good eyesight helps the otter to find food, so they actually have good eyes. And body, I think we did that one already. So yeah, all the different parts. Snack time is the heading. You know what we talked about today, what we like to have for snacks, but look what they like. Scallops, shrimp, squid, sea urchins, and crab. Some of those things you might eat too. Sea otters eat small animals. They eat more than 40 different kinds. They munch on clams, crabs, squid, urchins, and other animals. Sea otters have favorite foods just like you. So they like a lot of seafood, but small seafood. Sea otters eat their meals above the water. They lie on their backs. They use their stomachs as plates. Can you imagine using your stomach as a plate? That would be so messy. But they don't use a knife and fork. Sea otters use rocks to crack open hard shells. And this caption tells us a sea otter cracks open the shell to eat the animal inside. You can see here is the rock, and they bang on the rock, the shell on the rock, till they can get inside. Oh, another joke. Ready? What is an otter's favorite science topic? So what do they like to study in science? Ready? Otter space. Not outer space, otter space. So funny. Scrub-a-dub. I told you they like to wash. There's your heading. Do you like to stay clean? Sea otters do. They groom themselves for hours every day. They scrub their faces and bodies with their paws. They also somersault, twist, and turn. This washes food scraps off their bodies. Their fur must stay clean to be warm. So if they're not clean, they'll get really cold. So they have to scrub with their paws, and then they can also go underwater to help wash off the food. Groom is to clean by scrubbing, licking, or biting. And this is heading is fuzzy fur. It's hard to stay warm in cold water, but a sea otter's fur is up to the job. It is thicker than any other animal's fur, so they have the thickest fur out there. The fur has 2 layers. The outside layer keeps the cold water out, and the inside layer stays warm and dry. So they have like a top and a bottom that keeps them dry. Okay, ready for a joke? What did the teacher say to the otters causing trouble? What do you say when the otters are causing trouble? Ready? Go on, get otter here. Go on, get otter here instead of out of here. 6 cool facts about sea otters. Ready? Number 1. Dun, dun, dun. Sometimes sea otters hold hands. Well, pause. You see in the picture they're holding hands. Number 2, sea otters can hold their breath for about 5 minutes. Most people can't do this for more than 1 minute. That's pretty amazing. 3, they are members of the weasel family, so they're like a cousin of a weasel. Number 4, they eat 10 pounds or more of food each day. This gives them energy to swim and hunt. That's a lot of food. Number 5, they are the smallest sea mammals in the world. Number 6, sea otters have their own pockets. They put food in a pouch under each front leg while hunting. And look, I didn't know that. They have little pouches under their arms. They can tuck some food in there. All playful pups. Baby sea otters are born in the water. They are called pups. Pups are about 2 feet long at birth. That's about as long as 2 cereal boxes. A mother otter often floats with her pup on her chest. Do you see that in the picture? The baby's on top of her. Ready for a joke? What is an otter's favorite book series? Oh, Abby, you'll like this one. Ready? Harry Otter instead of Harry Potter. So many otter jokes in this book. The mother teaches her pup how to swim, dive, and roll, but she does the hunting until the pup is older. Picking up something. A mother may wrap her pup in kelp when she dives. Then the pup will stay in one place while she's away. Do you see that? So it's kind of like putting on the seatbelt, wrapping them in kelp so they stay there and don't float away. This heading says, taking it easy. Sea otters live in groups called rafts, like a raft that you would float on. The groups are usually all boys or all girls. They spend lots of time together. They rest, groom, and eat. Otters in rafts often wrap themselves in kelp too. They may sleep like this, side by side. And maybe to help them stay in one place, they wrap themselves up. And did you see the joke? There's another joke. What is the first thing sea otters learn in school? You ready for it? They're ABCs, like SEAS. They're ABCs. So funny. Watching out for otters. That's the heading. How are people protecting them? Scientists are busy studying sea otters. They want to know how otters live and eat. They want to learn about otters that have gotten sick or hurt too. Then they can help. Here, a scientist weighs a sea otter at the Monterey Bay Aquarium in California. So they're taking care of one. Scientists do know that pollution, which is dangerous material that makes the water, or in this case, the water dirty, hurts sea otters. Keeping pollution out of the ocean helps sea otters stay healthy. This sea otter was rescued from an oil spill. People helped clean and care for it. So when oil spills, it's really bad for otters. Are you ready for what in the world? These pictures show close-up views of sea otter things. Use the hints below to figure out what's in the pictures. And then I'll give you the count to 3 and then we'll see. An animal that sea otters like to eat. 1, 2, 3. Did you say squid? If you did, you're right. Number 2, sea otters live here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you say ocean? You were right if you did. This one's tricky. This keeps otters warm in cold water. Remember, they have very thick, 1, 2, 3. Did you say it? Fur. Nice job. A kind of tall seaweed. Do you remember what it was called? 1, 2, 3. Did you say kelp? Good job. Hint, these are used to grab food. What do they have? 1, 2, 3. Did you say paws? Good job. And last one, this is a very close-up picture. They tear off bits of food with these. That's your hint. Did you say teeth? You're right, that's their teeth. In the back, there is a glossary. And there's a picture of pollution. Oof, a mammal, an animal that feeds its baby milk and has a backbone and is warm-blooded. There's a whole bunch of kelp. That might be the kelp forest they were talking about. And groom, which is to clean. And that is the end of our book, Sea Otters. And our little sea otter friend luckily did not get eaten by Killian. And he says goodbye. Bye. Thanks for reading about me. All right. Take care, guys.